We wanna try to get as many done. Maybe I could play the game, then come back do the last four. Um, something like that. See what we got on the home screen. I think I just reloaded it. Or maybe I can reload it. Okay. Let's see.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. So you can sell it online.
It's real long.
Support Wrestle Talk!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sat-E Day once again. Welcome to Wrestle Talk News. I am your host, Sat-E Nyangi, and here's the
Nyangi. Like that.
top story.
I thought he was about to put up the ones.
Heading into the Royal Rumble in a week's time, we still have no real idea of what WWE's plans are for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. However, one thing has always been assumed. There would be one or the other, Cody or Rock. What we never considered is the possibility that WWE could instead just do both. Yet, according to Dave Meltzer in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, that could be exactly what WWE decides to do in the end, with the WrestleMania 40 main event being contested in a three-way between Reigns, Rock, and Cody, or failing that, just a singles match between Reigns and Cody, or Reigns and Rock. Of course, we don't know the real story of what WWE had planned for Mania, but a three-way kind of feels more like adapting to circumstances than the original plan, aka The Rock actually being ready and available to wrestle Reigns, unlike previous years. But can you also really have Cody spinning his wheels for another year until what? WrestleMania 41? I think not. So, WWE hands may be tied here. But that's not the only Mania plans that may have to change, as Seth Rollins has been diagnosed with a torn MCL and a partially torn meniscus following his match with Jinder Mahal on Raw, according to Fightful Select. WWE confirmed that Rollins will address his future as World Heavyweight Champion on this week's Raw, which sounds doomful. However, things may not be quite as scary as they sound, and Rollins could reportedly still be fit in time for WrestleMania, perhaps depending wherever he will require surgery. And if Rollins is in fact able to return in time for Mania, perhaps he won't have to relinquish his World Heavyweight title at all, as some fans have theorized. As pointed out by Sean Ross Sapp on Fightful SmackDown Review, such a choice would be laughable considering Roman Reigns' inactivity as champion. SRS said, "There is a man on the other brand who has defended the title 3 times in a year, and he wasn't booked for the Royal Rumble. They don't have the card for Elimination Chamber. They can get away with this." Meltzer revealed in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that the confirmed plan for Rollins is in fact a match with CM Punk, as has been teased on TV. So we can only hope and pray for a swift and safe recovery for the visionary. So we may still see that match happen. Thankfully though, we finished with some welcome news, as viewers of last night's SmackDown will be fully aware Triple H finally did the right thing and killed one of the worst gimmick changes of recent memory and reverted Butch back to his rightful gosh darn name, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. But it wasn't just the name, he also had the trimmings, the lovely sleeveless fur jacket, the aggressive in-ring style, and the theme song, it was the Death Rebel theme. It wasn't that good. If he had his old theme, the feeling would have been restored. But you know what? Can't complain. Got what we wanted. Pete Dunne is back! To be fair, Triple H had almost completely reverted Butch to Dunne since taking over creative. It was just the name that was missing. So once again, all praise go to the true people's champion, the game. Jamie, why are you making me say stuff I wouldn't say? The Rock's the people's champion. Triple H, you're giving people what they want. Granter of all wishes and dreams, sure. Now, this is the portion where I introduce my tag team partner and bring him over here. And as you guys saw the news yesterday by Ollie, this is the last Sati days for a while. So before I go, I have to pause this because your script is coming on, Tempest. You know, before I thank everyone, bring this lovely man over here. his sexy suit, nice pink tie, his beautiful face. I want to say thank you everyone that supported this channel, supported me on Saturdays, gave me a chance. I've been doing this for like nearly 2 years. I see some comments, I see people saying, I wasn't a fan of Sat, but I've grown to like Saturday Days. I appreciate you guys giving me a chance, and we've grown together. Heck, even Saturday Days, I didn't come up with that. Someone in the comments did, and I used it. So thank you very much. I'm not gone forever. I just have a Roman Reigns schedule, so I'll be back when you least expect it. But yes, the camera goes black forever, 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 and ever.
Do you think you're a wrestling genius? Well, prove it, smart guy! Sign up to Wrestle League to compete with thousands of other people predicting every major wrestling event with a chance to win up to $250 of Amazon vouchers if you prove yourself to be the best. The new season starts with WWE Royal Rumble on January 27th. Join for free at WrestleTalk.com and make sure you click the email sign up to make sure you do not miss a show.
Batman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Superman. Your friends are slaughtered.
That's right, one last time. This is the Rampage 1 minute one take. Let's go out on a high note and get this right. Sat, start the clock. Rampage doesn't open with a match in the ring because everyone has to sing Jericho's stupid song, and then there was a rematch from Fatal 4-Way 2010 as Jericho he's here to make things right. Solo says he's gonna fix this. We start with our contract signing for the Royal Rumble 4-Way with each of AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton signing the contract, but rather than Roman Reigns, we got Paul Heyman, who said that Roman would not be signing the contract and demanded a one-on-one match for Reigns at the Rumble. Knight cut him off and said it should be him getting a one-on-one rematch after he was screwed at Crown Jewel. AJ jumped in and said the Bloodline tried to end his career and Knight walked over his dead body to get his title shot and then he lost. Knight said he would do it again when he drops AJ with the BFT and becomes WWE champion. Knight and Styles then engaged in fisticuffs and brawled to the back, and Randy told Paul that tonight he's gonna beat Solo and drop Roman with an RKO. This was a very by the numbers contract signing segment, with the only exception being no one went through the table. Blasphemy. These people want tables. How dare you tease them like that? It's one of like 3 things they like. Nick Aldis was walking backstage and AJ Styles said he wanted LA Knight tonight, and Aldis said, fine. No wasted time there. Then we got our first match of the night as the LWO faced the LWO. Sat, I'll give you one guess as to who won this match.
LWO?
It's a lucky guess. Yes, the Latino World Order faced the Legado World Order, and Santos Escobar ends up stealing the pin, beating Carlito after a fairly standard match. It is just so hard to get into the LWO, the Latino World Order version, when they literally never win any matches. I thought this 6-man tag would be one of the bigger matches in this feud, but it just didn't feel important at all. Pretty Deadly cut a promo in Gorilla, and Lashley and the Street Profits won the final testament, and then we got Pretty Deadly versus Tyler Bate. And wait, could it be? It is! Finally, someone dragged Pete Dunne out of the unemployment line and put Butch back in his place because the Bruiserweight is back, baby! The Lord has smiled upon us. I am slightly surprised they didn't wait to debut this rebrand in the Royal Rumble match, but I can't be mad because the Mad Lad himself is back. As for the match itself, I thought they did a very good job of reintroducing Pete Dunne and how he wrestles. He was brutal and sadistic, bending limbs and fingies before hitting the bitter end for the win. I don't know if Bate and Dunne will continue as a tag team long term, but if they do, strap the tag belts on these guys immediately. Pretty Deadly were shown not very happy backstage, and then it was time for the Kevin Owens show. Logan Paul was, of course, the guest, and Logan told KO that he was the reason Logan was in WWE. Logan showed a clip of KO stunning him at WrestleMania 37 and said that moment inspired him to become a WWE superstar. He said it happened in front of 70,000 people, but you're not fooling me, Logan. They were social distancing at that WrestleMania. KO says he doesn't even remember that because he's seen so many people come and go over the last 25 years, but he gave Logan credit for becoming better than anyone thought he he would. He did, however, say that Logan being a champion in WWE was a joke, and said he would take off his cast and beat Logan at the Royal Rumble, at which point Logan dropped him with a punch. Owens recovered and they brawled, but Logan slammed KO's hand into the post and posed with his belt. Roman Reigns is backstage unhappy with the state of things, and Solo says last week was his fault and he's gonna make it right tonight. Caden Carter and Katana Chance then defended the WWE Women's Tag Titles against the Unholy Union, who not only haven't wrestled since October, but haven't won a match since May. How did they get this title shot? What were the point of all those vignettes? Ah, the mysteries of life. Damage Control was at ringside, and they got to see Caden and Katana's cool finish, which I'm told is called the keg stand. My best friend's mom crashed our prom after party, and she did a keg stand once upon a time. I don't know what the point of that story is, but maybe that means she can get a shot at these tag titles. The keg stand was enough to get the win, and then the Kabuki Warriors handed the champs the belts and set up a title match for next week. The crowd could not care less about this match, unfortunately, and really you can't blame them. Which of these four women is an established star on SmackDown? If you've got the answer to that question, let me know in the comments below. Karrion Kross and the Final Testament cut a vignette promo on Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, saying they will meet in the ring next week. Then Carmelo Hayes got interviewed about the match that got called off last week and said it happens in the heat of battle, but while Melo didn't win, he didn't lose either. He got interrupted by Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and Waller voluntold Theory for a rematch next week. AJ Styles then faced LA Knight in more of a brawl than a match. The animosity between them meant that there was a lot of punching and headlocks, but before you know it, Jimmy Uso came out for the distraction, and Solo Sikoa hit the Samoan Spike on AJ and LA Knight to take them both out. Solo demanded Randy Orton come out and face him for the main event right then and there, and so he did. This was the main event, and it was nothing special. Orton dumped Solo on the announce desk, hit the draping DDT, Jimmy came back out but was taken out by Knight and Styles. Solo tried to sneak attack Orton but got hit with an RKO for the pin. I know sometimes Saudi feels like it's in another timeline, but how does Solo go from murdering John Cena dead to being a lackey that can't get anything right? Anyway, Orton hit Knight and Styles with RKOs, and then Roman Reigns made his appearance and hit a Superman punch, signed the contract, did the ooh-ah, and then got hit with an RKO to end the show. Overall, this was another very weak SmackDown. Way to give me a good show to go out on, WWE. The return of Pete Dunne was the only moment on this show where I felt alive, and that is a show that had Roman Reigns on it. SmackDown is just not interesting at all right now, and I was hoping the Royal Rumble hype would help with that, but they aren't doing anything to ramp up Rumble excitement. This SmackDown gets a 2 out of 5. And that's just about it from me, but before I go, I want to thank everyone that has been watching me and Sat as part of your Saturday routine for the last year.
That's what's up. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Y'all stay tuned.